Today, we're talking about one card that is, in my opinion, one of the best one drop white cards ever printed, and that is Ephemerate. This seemingly innocent one drop instant magic card can break your game and help you win from insane positions. And you should be adding it to like every commander deck. It's one of the most expensive white commons of all time, probably, and well worth the price tag. I have this giant pile of cards that I'm going to show you how to abuse this card with hopefully some things you didn't expect. All colors covered. Let's jump in. I'm super excited. I hope you are too. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? We are talking about freaking Ephemerate, which I know you know about this card, but do you know all of these insane options? That's why you clicked on the video, so you can put some amazing new cards in your next commander deck. And whether you want to build a whole deck around the blink mechanic, or you just want to add a couple of awesome targets for your Ephemerate, either way, this is the video for you. Ephemerate is going to go in basically any deck that also has white mana, where you have 5 to 10 blink targets. And if your commander is one of them, which there are tons of good commanders you can put this with, if your commander's one of them, you can get away with very little targets to go with this. So let's jump in and talk about it because I know that you're excited about this. Now, depending on how deep you're going to go, you may also want to add some other blink spells like Cloud Shift and Momentary Blink, etc. But maybe you didn't think of the Eternal Wanderer. The Eternal Wanderer is going to let you blink every single turn. Every single turn. It is an insane planeswalker. It literally just does everything. And then maybe if you have blue mana, you want to consider adding in Soul Herder and Kaikar. Soul Herder's going to blink every turn. Kaikar's going to blink every time you cast a non-creature spell. And maybe Kaikar is even your commander, okay? And then maybe you're like me and you're running Aminato as your commander. That's just an insane way to get more value from your blink spells. We'll probably cover that commander in another video. I want to start off with 4 artifacts that you can put in every single deck that contains this card, okay? And the first one, I'm guessing, is going to be obvious, but that is going to be Solemn Simulacrum. Just being able to boost 3 lands is really, really good, okay? And I think that this is a great option for every deck that runs cards. I mean, like, every deck that runs cards, but like, okay, Solemn Sad Robot is one of the best. And when you blink it, you go from 4 to 7 mana. 4 to 7. That's insane. And if you hit your land drop, you're going to go from 4 to 8. What an insane boost. Then I think another like super budget option is going to be Farfinder. I love this card, and there's a bunch of different like versions at this point, but this little 1/1 Vigilance is a really good version. If you want an artifact version, there's an artifact version. Okay, then we have a very similar one, and that is going to be Circuit Mender. He's going to gain you 2 life and draw a bunch of cards. Very underrated, very budget. And then we have making some guys with Mirror Battlesphere. Okay, now you're obviously playing white if you're playing Ephemerate. And I think that popular targets like, your Stoneforge Mystic to go get all of your equipment, your Wall of Omens to draw cards. Like, all of those are really popular options. Either your Space Marines, which has been insane for me, or Garnet to like blow up some artifacts and enchantments and then blow up some more. Those are all really good options. But there's a couple of other white cards that I don't think that you're necessarily thinking about, okay? Oh, also the witch enchanter. What is this? MDFC? Is that right? Did I say it right? Okay, you tell me. Anyway, but also maybe you want to return your whole graveyard. Karmic Guide, Blankets. Maybe you want to tutor your whole deck. Recruiter of the Guard. I mean, not literally your whole deck. My personal favorite, Blade Splicer, is going to get you a pile of 3/3 golems. And in case you're curious, there are not other good options to blink in white and get big creatures. You can get a 1/1 army and then make them bigger if you want. Okay, now you have a couple of other options here as well. I also like a good Sun Titan, Angel of Sanction, Solitude, Luminate, Primordial. All of those are great options, okay? Now, as far as the other colors go, in blue, we have some really interesting options, okay? Obviously, in the last video, I talked about Spellseeker entirely, and this card is just insanely flexible. Being able to just blink her repeatedly and get multiple options is insanely good. Now, you probably also want to be able to copy some things, so stunt double is great. Personally, I want to be able to like counter some stuff. So my choices for countering stuff, and there's other ones as well, would be Venser, Sister of Silence, and Subtlety. And then blinking those at instant speed is just really powerful for 1 mana. Then you can draw some cards, copy some spells, like all of that is great. Running Mole Drifter out there on turn 3 and then blinking it, or excuse me, running Mole Drifter out for 3 and blinking it for 1 on turn 4 or mana 4, really powerful. But also, if you just wait until Mole Drifter on 5 and then you blink it, you can just draw 4 cards, okay? I'm gonna save a couple of these until the end, but obviously Snapcaster Mage in combination with this card is insane to be able to get it back or to be able to blink it and get something else back. Very, very good. Make sure you watch all the way till the end because I'm gonna save the most busted things you can do until the very end. Some of those busted things are going to be in black. And not all of these are expensive, but my favorite thing to do in black is either kill the guys or make an army. You're going to kill the guys with Necron Deathmark or Noxious Gearhulk. Noxious Gearhulk is just going to gain you a giant pile of life as well. And then you're going to make an army with your Grave Titan. Flickering the Grave Titan, attacking with the Grave Titan. I mean, you know Grave Titan's good, but ephemerating your Grave Titan is unlocking a new achievement. Now, you do have some other types of removal spells, like Shriekmaw, obviously a good one there. You can, any of these evokes or warp cards are great pairings as well. If you want to continuously remove people's graveyards, a great option is Bogart Trawler, but also one of the best targets in black that's super cheap is Callous Blood Mage. Callous Blood Mage is so flexible. You can make a token, you can draw a card, you can exile the graveyard, and then when you blink it, you get to choose again. I love Sepulchre Primordial. In fact, all the Primordials that you're allowed to play are good options. Same thing with the Gear Hulks. So speaking of which, let's just show all of those. Well, here's all the ones I could find quickly. Riptide is busted. Bright Glass is a thing of beauty, and I actually have a whole deck built around that kind of mechanic. Verdurous, Molten Primordial, and my new toy is going to be Coal Stoke Gearhulk. All of them are great. Any of these that you want to blink is just like really powerful things that you can be doing. In red, there's a lot of cool options. Of course, you're gonna have your removal spells like let me put this at the front here. Flame Tongue Kavu, classic. Bogarden Hellkite, Burning Sun's Avatar, and if you're cheating them into play somehow, like reanimating Bogarden Hellkite and then blinking it, what absolute insane value. But there's other really cool things that you can do as well. I don't want you to think it's just that, okay? If you want to make some tokens, some cool ones to make would be goblins or wizards with my Mysidian Elder and Siege Gang Commander. Maybe you want to just repeatedly give your team double strike. I mean, there's other ways to do that also, but that's a cool way, especially if they have haste. A very cool combination is going to be Dual Caster Mage, because you're going to get to copy it. And then you can blink it and copy it, which is great. Personally, I love stealing people's crap. So we have our Zealous Conscripts here. And then you're going to untap it, whatever permanent you want, and then blink it. She has haste, so all of the things are going to have haste. You can get more mana with Priest of Urabrask. You could do more damage to everything with Crater Hellion, and the damage will wipe off when you blink it, so he will stay alive. You can flicker the Flayer of the Hatebound to do a bunch of damage. And you have a lot of other cool options, blowing up lands, Wildfire Devils, becoming the Monarch as many times as needed in order to sustain it. Tons of really good options in red. Green as well has some cool choices, which I'm sure you know. We have the card draw, we have the mana acceleration. Let me put these in some kind of logical order so I'm not just spewing green cards all over the table like that. All right, so maybe you want card draw and recursion. Then you'd be going for things like Masked Admirers, personal favorite of mine, Rumble Belt Maverick, Wall of Blossoms to draw, Eternal Witness to recur it, all of those good things. Maybe you need to deal with graveyards, then you'd be coming in with something like Death Gourd Scavenger. Maybe you want to do your +1/+1 counters. There are lots of great options, but a very cheap and easy one is Glint Weaver. You have some tokens that you can make, but a lot of the green tokens are legendary. So if you want to do tokens, I recommend Colonian Twin Grove. And then we have the things that deal with permanence, okay? So your Reclamation Sage, your Acidic Slime, your Terastodon at the top end, all of those are great options. There's lots of ways to work this into your mill strategy, but Town Greeter is a good option. Your other ways to get lands, you have Satyr Wayfinder, Wood Elves, tons of options there, all cheap and amazing options, okay? Oh man, I'm so excited to show you the busted ones at the end of the video. Okay, but if you're going to be blinking, make sure you include payoffs. I thought a cool payoff is Oni Cult Anvil if you're blinking artifacts, but that's maybe a story for another day. I want to say that there's great options for card draw in Esper. Probably the top one is going to be Cloud Blazer, but Baleful Strix and Chrome Courier are really great options as well. And then you can steal people's crap with Hostage Taker and Dragon Lord Salumgar. Blinking Salumgar to take a better thing is a great option as well. You have Regisaur Alpha if you want to make tokens, dinosaurs, etc. You have Ashen Riders if you just want a way to get rid of any permanent that is giving you problems. Obviously an expensive spell. And now we're to the point in the video where I get to show you the most busted things that you can do with this card. Okay, let's start with green. So let's say you have your Nylea's Colossus. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield, you're going to double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. So if you think about how powerful Ephemerate can be there, it's the craziest combat trick you can imagine, especially if you combine it with Hydra Omnivore. You just double it when he's getting in there. Maybe you gave him trample, maybe you gave him unblockable, and then you just all of a sudden double his power. You might be able to just kill the table with this combo. That is one that I need to get into a deck, period, end of story. Okay, let's talk about the ways that you can easily kill the table, and that is Magister Sphinx and Sorin Markov. Both of these cards set players' life totals to 10, and if you are going to be blinking Magister Sphinx, you can certainly put in Sorin Markov as well. Ephemerate is not going to blink him, but there are other ways to flicker permanents that are not Ephemerate. So I wanted to mention it, but being able to Magister Sphinx all of your opponent's life totals to 10. That's just insane. That is just absolutely insane. All three opponents make their life total be 10. That's crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. I don't know if this is the most powerful thing to do, but it is my favorite thing to do, and that is a bulk rare. Priest of the Blood Rite. Flicker this, make a 5/5 army. It's a really fun way to win the game. Now, the two most powerful I have saved for last. Magister Sphinx, pretty dirty. But a very easy way to kill the table is by fireballing them in black. And that is with Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm is not only going to kill all of your opponent's creatures, but it's also going to cost them 2 life for every creature that they lose. And you are wiping the board here. You are just absolutely annihilating them. And the more flicker triggers you can stack here, the more creatures you're going to kill. It's ridiculous. And last but not least, if you just want insane amounts of mana to do any of those things or whatever you want with your deck, flickering Peregrine Drake is just... I can't even tell you how busted this common is. Is it an uncommon? Either way, I think it was originally printed as a common. When it comes into play, you untap 5 lands, so it's free. You flicker it, and that's 9 mana. And if you can continue to flicker it, you can get more than that, okay? It's just an insane amount of mana on turn 5, on mana 5. So hopefully you appreciate this video on Ephemerate. I wanted to talk about some cool targets. Most importantly, I want to hear your cool targets in the comments below. I want videos like this to be a resource for players on cards maybe you don't know about, on ideas maybe you didn't think about. So let's collaborate in the comments. Put your favorite Ephemerate targets down there, and let me know what you think about the ones I've recommended here. Well, that'll do it for me here today. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now I gotta go take this giant pile of cards and reconstruct the Commander deck that a lot of it came from. If you guys want to see that, let me know as well. I've been really trying to break it up into little parts, but either way, have a great day.